All right, we've got a nice looking README. Now let's make a landing page. As you can see, I took a liberty of starting to draft a prompt here because I kind of like the tone of the README. It's casual. So I figured let's first get the agent to try and get in the head of the README and see what we're thinking. And then we want to create a landing page who kind of matches that tone, sort of the casual, playful tone. And then just prompting it a bit to make sure that it goes in a loop. It generally does this, but sometimes it needs a little help to say like, hey, like actually look at your work. Um, so let's do a couple bullets on this create a landing page. I think not too text heavy. Um, if you're going, um, try to pull prose from from the README because I tend to find human written stuff works better for humans. So let's try and keep that, um, but don't need to use all of the text by any means. Um, anything else? Oh yeah. Um, use the logo and screenshot from the README and just use the name link. I just realized I should probably show you a screenshot of that README in case you didn't see my last video. Um, see, we have the logo, we've screenshot. I've tweaked it a tiny bit since Sketch's version, but otherwise it's pretty much what Sketch dumped out last time. So this looks good. So um, let's grab this and then let's I have a task set up in VS Code so that I can just easily launch this. I also do a lot of stuff by voice. So I'm just gonna have Sketch just run this prompt. Prompt Sketch. Drowse. When I say drowse, that sleeps the voice coding engine. When I click, that turns it on. This video is not really about voice coding, but that's how I drive. Um, I'm going to run a couple of these in parallel just because I think for something like this, where it's a creative thing, you kind of want a bit of diversity of the outputs, and then you can see what you like. So let's go back to VS Code and then sketch clip, drowse, and I just pop to repeat that. So now we have three of these things running. So let's just burn some tokens and see if we can get a couple different drafts and see what they look like. So one of the beautiful things about Sketch is that the agent just goes and does its work. So while it's doing this, I'm not just going to sit here and watch. Let's go do something else. I've got a personal project, which is a React Native app, and it has rotted a lot. My Apple license expired, and now I need to try and rebuild it. So let's see if we can get Sketch to do that. Um, Coder browse. So I just cloned it, just a clean version. And the beautiful thing about Sketch is that it runs in a Docker container. We'll talk more about that later. I think that's really one of the powerful things. But one of the nice things is that we'll just get a fresh Docker container with nice recent versions of things and then tell Sketch to upgrade. So let's say Sketch, um, notice you have to do dash prompt. If you're going to put a prompt in line, I have like an alias, so I don't have to do that. So um, the code in this repo has rotted, or let's just use voice. Since the code in this repo has rotted a bunch, boomer, drowse. So what else we want to say? It please try running the iOS version and see, or try building, I guess let's say. Um, um, And now we have to keep in mind LLM cutoffs here, because the cutoff is probably before some of these new versions. So please um, use internet to search for errors and find latest versions as appropriate. Okay. Um, cool. Um, so so again, as you can see, um, uh, term zoom browse. It is it creates a little Docker file here, so you can see uh, it analyzes the repo and then it uses that to create a Docker file. It says, look, we need Yarn, we need Firebase tools, setting up React Native environment, and let's let's see how far that gets us. In the meantime, shall we go check on some of these websites? Um, that's not bad. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, we probably don't need all these badges. Um, and then this one was smart enough not to use the badges. Um, okay. It's interesting it's picked broadly similar color choices um, using the same prompt. I wonder why that is. Um, um, I'm going to tweak the prompt a little bit. Let's kill these. Um, maybe I should have looked at its work before kicking off three of them. Um, so let's let's see. Prom dropped clip. Paste that. Drowse. Okay, cool. So we wanted to say don't include the badges, but do include links for things like GitHub, Discord, etc., using logos. Um, um, and make it beautiful. I was reading some stuff on Anthropic, and if you just say make it beautiful, it tends to make it beautiful. I don't know. We'll see how it works. All right. Prompt sketch. Drowse. Okay, cool. Let's see how the flashcards thing is coming along. Um, interesting. Rarely this happens. Um, let's just run it again. We're gonna clean up this Docker file thing and try and make it airtight, but as of now, occasionally it gets weird stuff. Um, cool. Okay. So it really picked up on the beautiful thing. So let's see what it does. Um, all right, and this Docker file is building. In the meantime, I had to add syntax highlighting to the markdown code blocks. Clear file. Clear file. Chuck file. Add syntax highlighting to the markdown code blocks. Drowse. I don't know. Maybe I should say more, but um, let's just see where that gets us. From sketch. Drowse. Now notice here that I'm kicking off multiple different agents running in, I have like two now running in one repo, one running in another. And the cool thing about Sketch is that it creates a Docker container with a clone of your repo. And so that way you can have multiple of these containers, each running, doing its thing, and then you can just go see in a branch what it's done. You can be super productive and just you get into a mode where you don't just sit and watch it. You kick it off, let it do something. You can click this little button here and say, hey, let me know when you're done, which I think is nice. Um, okay, let's see. Um, very simple. Um, okay. This Yeah, this prompt seems like it might be working better. So maybe let's kick off another one of these. Um, let's just copy the prompt here. Coder, sketch clip, browse. Okay. Um, so oh, I kicked them off too fast. Sketch clip, browse. Okay. Let's uh check out our markdown code renderer. It's using Prism.js. Yeah, I've used that, so sounds good. Um, looks like it figured that out on its own. Let's see if this container is working any better. Okay, this container is working better for the iOS React Native setup. Okay, cool. So the container actually worked this time. And it's going to go do its thing. We'll see. Um, it has access to a web browser, so it should be able to look and find what the latest things are. And it's checking the pod file. Looking good. Cool. You do your thing, Sketch. Um, this one's still running. We have um, landing page. Yep, landing page. Yep, markdown. Okay, cool. So it looks like we got a few of these things running now. So maybe let's go check the issue queue on Sketch. Um, what do we got? Mm, oh yeah, yeah. I've been kind of wanting this. Um, so yeah, let's just copy this URL. Um, Coder, sketch clip. Now I just did sketch and literally just the URL. Um, of the issue, which is like a really nice way to very easily kick things off and it'll go find the issue and decide what to do. Let's check on our other agents. Oh, there we go. So this just kicked off. You can see I just kicked off a sketch and pasted in the issue. So you do your thing. Um, how are we doing here? Um, okay. Yeah, see, so it noticed that its container is missing a couple things. One of the things I think we're thinking that I think would be cool is if it could um, so when we create the container, we just use, there's no loop. It just uses a single prompt. It's a single shot thing. And so one of the things I would think would be cool is if it had a tool where it could say, hey, maybe we should update the container, and then people can check in the container it's set up. But for now, the container doesn't need to be perfect because if it's missing stuff, it will just install what it needs. And if it runs into issues, it's like it fixes it. Um, that's kind of cool. I like those little gears. Yeah, I like this direction. Let's check this one. This one's not bad too, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with these two ones. Um, where's the other landing page? Uh, yeah, this is one of the bad ones from earlier, I think. Yeah, another bad one. Another bad one. Okay, how does this one work? Um, Guess it decides it's not into padding for this one. Um, yeah, this one's okay. It's a bit boring. Um, so let's see how the markdown thing is coming along. Okay, cool. Um, all right. So we got a branch. Coder, git log, drowse. Okay, you can see this branch here. So basically what I'm going to do is just, I have a little workflow which just drops this into a work tree and then runs sketch on a dummy repo to just see how it's looking. Sketch dev this, drowse. Okay, so this is now running a dev version of Sketch in a work tree with our code. Uh, what happened here? Okay, so it looks like it did a syntax error. So let's paste that in. Um, um, Please actually check that your code works before telling me run it. There you go. Won't be doing that again. Um, okay, let's see. In the meantime, let's see how add end button is going. Okay. All right. Coder git log. Seshpop sketch git log. Drowse. Okay. So add end button. Yeah. Sketch dev this. Drowse. So let's see how this one went. We're first just going to check out whether it works, and then we can look at the code to see what it actually did. Okay, so there's the end button. So in theory, we hit that. Okay, well, it seems to have died. We could be a bit smoother, but oh yeah, there we go. Okay, it's dead. So that's a pretty good start. Um, maybe don't just leave it in the lurch like this. Okay, this is great, but maybe don't just leave. I'll drop a screenshot in here so I can see. Um, okay, cool. I just pasted the image in. All right. All right, let's check our other sessions. How are you doing here? Okay. So nice. Okay, so it's like using the internet to try and grab these things. This is great. So let's see. Did it, because I told it to just like try first, right? So let's see how far it got on that one. Um, okay. Um, nice. Yeah, it's just coming, cruising along here. Yarn install. Okay. So it's trying to do its thing. Um, and just, yeah, it's just chugging along. Sweet. So let's see. We got these two. Um, um, Oh yeah, syntax error on the markdown code blocks. Okay. Um, all right. Apparently your this is doing better here now. Um, okay. Yeah, so it looks like um this is yeah, it will create a new branch if someone on the host machine has it checked out. So let's just copy that. If you click on the branch name to copy it, and then we'll just say sketch dev clip drowse. Okay, and so that will just make a work tree out of whatever we have on the clipboard. Um, all of these commands and stuff that workflows I've created are all open source. So I'm happy to drop links if people are interested in those, either by voice or just as VS Code tasks. All the voice commands just run a VS Code task I've created. Um, all right, what's your problem now? Um, is this still the same syntax error or a new one? Yes. Yeah. What? Why do you still have a syntax error? Okay. Um, I think you still have a syntax error, man. Um, okay. Um, I don't know. This one's a little boring. Um, see if we had an end button, we could kill it, and then now I'll just close the tab, and then I'll be like, which one? Which? Um, okay. So let's see. Yeah, this one's kind of nice and fresh and simple, I think. Um, this one. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. Oh, this one got fancy. Okay. I want to let's see this one. Uh, start a web server and forward port so I can try it myself. Um, okay. So let's give it a chance to do that. How's iOS still going along? Okay, so they've created a recommended plan for upgrading the project. Or, okay, then creating a document with upgrade recommendations. That's cool. Um, interesting. That's cool. I wonder if we prompt engineered to do this or if this is just something it figured out to do. That's awesome. Because we can always revert to this commit, so that's really cool. Um, sweet. Okay. Um, all right. So the web server started, and ah, it's supposed to it has a knowledge base, so it should know how to actually do this properly. So when you do a bit more prompt engineering, apparently, use your KB. Um, okay, cool. Let it do that. Um, yeah, this one's kind of cool too. Yeah, this one's done as well. Yeah. Um, Now use your KB to learn about port forwarding. Yeah, we got to nudge it a little harder, apparently. Um, okay. Please start. This is the other page for and help me forward port. Cool. All right, what else we've got going on here? End button. Oh yeah. Um, cool. So yeah, let's try this. Coder sketch dev clip. Drowse. In the meantime, that should pop up when it's ready. Um, All right, so now it's okay. Yeah, let's check the end button. Okay, so end. Okay, that's better. There's still bubbles. So, um, let's get rid of that one. Um, this is looking better, but we still have the chat bubbles. Drowse. Oops. Oh, we gotta fix that. That was too fast. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, let's start. Um, prom sketch, prom draft, proper drowse, drowse. Handle the case where a user pastes and then immediately presses enter. Right now, it just submits a message with prom save, sesh pop sketch, sketch clip, drowse. Okay. Um, okay, so what's the upgrade? Um, oops. Um, okay. So it made all the changes. So does iOS build now? The repository already had update React Native. Is that true? Yeah, 079. Okay, remember your cutoff. Um, oh, right. The container is bad. Okay. Yeah, so it's not going to be able to run properly in a loop here. Um, so yeah, interesting. Okay, but it made some changes, so I could try pulling these back in, um, and see if it works locally. Um, it's better, much better if it can run in a loop because then it can check its work. Um, But so yeah, this one I might run it in unsafe. You can run without a container. It's a bit risky. I've never had an issue before, to be honest. But we don't recommend it because it can literally do anything. I may think about doing it for this problem. But yeah, the beauty of this container, it can just go and do step by step on its own without you babysitting it. So this I think the plan might have been useful as well, right? That it came up with. So we can use that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's get this port forwarding. Okay, cool. So this properly forwarded ports. You see, it looked up in its knowledge base to find out its own container name, which is cool. All right, so let's link this um, and make a new terminal. Um, paste that in. Okay, cool. And then um, we should just go uh, here. Sweet. Okay. So this is not bad. This is insane. Why would you make a nav bar that's so large? But otherwise, this is not bad. This also, is that off center? Or is, no, right? This is not bad. Um, still a bit text heavy, but not bad. Let's look at the other container. Uh, this container. See, this one also forgot to use this knowledge base. We need to prompt engineer that harder. Use your KB tool to, okay. Um, okay. And then we decided this one's boring. Um, okay. And then the end button, let's check this one out. Sketch dev clip. Drowse. All right. Um, oh yeah, this is the upload placeholder thing. Um, all right, let's see how this does. Sketch dev clip. Hmm. Okay, so we're running that one. Uh, and then add end button. What happened with this one? Okay, do that one as well. All right, so this one was shove to keep track. All right, this is paste placeholder, right? Okay, so let's grab an image. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Um, nice. Okay, this is not bad, but if you type too quickly, it gets clobbered. Um, but I wonder if we may have already had that problem. Yeah, we already had that problem, so we'll consider that out of scope. Um, okay, we can kick off a new sketch for that. But okay, let's see. Let's look at the code for one of these. I don't think we've actually looked at any code. Um, let's see. Uploads in progress. Yep. Send chat button disabled. Yep. Okay. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I like the visual cue. Oh wow, they support multiple. Interesting. I wonder if we can break this thing. Um, let's see. So it that was pretty robust. That's pretty robust. Okay. Um, yeah, that seems pretty good. All right, let's let's push something, right? Um, okay. Coder, sesh pop sketch, git log, browse. Okay, so we like this one, right? So git pop to this. Drowse. Okay, so we've just switched to this branch, and then we have a like our own custom merge queue. There's a sweet blog post that we wrote about it. Works really well. Uh, it just runs tests and then merges it into main if it passes tests. So let's say git push queue head drowse. So you just do this and it just pushes into the queue, and if it passes tests, then it goes. Okay. I think this is a good time to stop. I need to grab some lunch. We can look at let's look at this one where it, yeah, there we go. Use the KB. Let's look at the other web page and then let's sort of call it a day. Um, so, um, fortunately, it's using a different port, so that's good. Um, so let's paste this in. Cool. And then we need to go to, there we go. Should really learn not to surround these in backticks because then you can't click the link. Sweet. So let's compare these two. Um, Yeah, I think I like this one a bit better. It's a bit simpler. Yeah, this is not bad. Could use a period for two sentences, but this is not bad. It's nice, clean, slick, some nice icons, not too text heavy. So yeah, maybe we'll iterate from here. Okay, cool. I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, happy sketching.